Museums. When most of the people hear that word, mostly they think about something boring. Believe me or not, it doesn't need to be this way. In fact, there is such a variety of museums that everyone can find something interesting there. It's not only about art galleries. In Warsaw itself exists around 200 museums. As the city may be perfect for a walk, the weather may not be as amazing sometimes as it is for me today. That's why, to not waste your precious holiday time, I will tell you about 20 or more museums that I've chosen that you may find interesting. I've tried to cover as many different types as possible, and don't worry about the language, most of the museums operate in English as well. Museum of Polish Uprising. In 1944, the Polish underground resistance wanted to liberate Warsaw from German occupation by starting the uprising. The operation has failed after 63 days and most of the city had been destroyed. This museum is all about this historic event. Entry fee 30 zloty. On the other side of the road you can find something different, a Selfie Museum. It's a creative and educational space for everyone who want to make some original photos. You can go there with your friends or borrow a tripod for solo shots. From time to time they are performing special themed events. Entry fee around 45 zloty. The National Museum in Warsaw. It's currently one of the oldest art museums in the country with around 830,000 works of art from Poland and abroad, from ancient times to present. Entry fee 20 zloty. A few meters away you can find the Polish Army Museum. It's one of the largest museums in Poland, committed to collect, research and exhibit the military artifacts of historic value, mostly connected to the Polish Army, as the name says. Entry fee also 20 zloty. Museum of Pawiak Prison. During World War II, this prison was used by Nazis to torture people from occupied city. A lot of them lost their lives in that place, and to commemorate them after the war, it has been converted to the museum with the help of prison survivors. Entry fee 10 zł. Charm of the PRL Museum. This place is showing how people lived during People's Republic of Poland. This period was so weird at some points that it's hard to describe what it is all about. It's a must-see place telling you about a unique culture that almost no longer exists in modern world. Entry fee 24 zł. But there's an extra point because here you can rent an old car for a travel around Warsaw. Museum of Evolution. Located in the Palace of Culture and Science, the mission of this place is to provide accessible outreach and education aimed at broadening popular knowledge of the evolution of life on Earth. Entry fee 12 zł. Museum of Technology. It's dedicated to the history of everything technological. This place may be far from being well organized, but exhibits are amazing enough to cover that fact. Entry fee 16 zł. Museum of Geology. Simply as the name says, see earth minerals and learn about the geologic history of Poland. It may not be a big place, but if you're into this, just go there. Entry fee none. Station Museum. It's a train museum with over 50 units of rolling stock. You can enter most of the trains, and also there is the exhibition part in the building nearby. Entry fee 18 zł. Be Happy Museum. A place for everyone, filled with scenes to take photos and rooms with the illusion. Good not only if you're a social media person, but also if you just want to have some fun. Entry fee, it's around 50 zł, depends on the day. Cosmos Museum. It's focusing on illusions and contemporary art. It's a different style to the previous selfie places that I've mentioned, as this is focusing more on light than on a colors. Entry fee 36 zł. Magic Mind Museum, the only existing museum in Poland about the art of illusion, used mostly in magic tricks. It's not only about learning, but also about participating in the performances. Here you can even find 4 original Houdini keys. Entry fee 45 zł. And next to this museum is something that many people here may be interested in. The Museum of Polish Vodka is the only one of its type on the entire world. This place is of course adult only. You can not only learn about the history and process of making this alcohol, but also you can participate at workshops, organize an event, or simply go for a tour with degustation included. Entry fee depends on the program that you've chosen while entering this place. Well, it starts at 55 zł and ending at around 200 zł. Neon Museum, dedicated to the documentation and the preservation of Cold War era neon signs and electrographic designs. Really beautiful place. Fee 16 zł. The Royal Castle in Warsaw. In Poland, you may find hundreds of castles and palaces, but a Royal Castle in Warsaw is definitely one of the most popular of them. Interiors are styled as they were used by kings of Poland during their reigns. Entry fee 25 zł. Museum of History of Polish Jews. Located on the site of the former Warsaw Ghetto, it consists of 8 galleries that document and celebrate the 1000-year history of the Jewish community in Poland. Entry fee 30 zł. The Asia and Pacific Museum, the only one of its kind in Poland, started in 1973 with about 4,000 pieces of art from Indonesia, now contains over 23,000 objects from almost every country within the Asian continent and most of the Oceania. Entry fee 15 zł. Interactive Pinball Museum. It offers over 60 pinball and arcade machines with a lot of vintage games like Pac-Man or Street Fighter, and you can use every one of them. You can also learn about their history and spend some time with friends in a museum bar. Entry fee 45 zł. Warsaw's Museum of Computers and Video Games. It contains a variety of old consoles and computers that you can learn about. Pong, Commodore, first PlayStation, it's all there. And of course, you can play whatever is there. Entry fee 30 zł. Museum of Dollhouses, Toys and All Games. It presents 2 permanent exhibitions, the core of which consists of over 150 fully equipped dollhouses and similar objects. The oldest exhibits there are over 200 years old. Entry fee also 30 zł. And the last one, Museum World of Illusions. Another one of its kind, but don't worry, each one that I've mentioned is different. Over 60 attractions where imagination is your limit. You can take photos as you want, and of course there is a magic store with games and toys. Entry fee 39 zł. There are of course many other different museums around the Warsaw, about people, about other types of science, about places, whatever you call it, and this is only Warsaw. Avoid Warsaw Pass, it's overpriced. Also Warsaw Pass is time limited, so it would be definitely a waste of time and money. So this will be all for today. I hope those pieces of information will be helpful for you whenever you visit Poland, or maybe if you know someone who's going to visit Poland, then offer him this video. If you are willing to visit any of those museums that I've mentioned, or maybe if you visited any of those, or if you're planning to visit any other museum that I haven't mentioned, please let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please let others know about this video and about this whole channel. And see you next time. Bye!